it's time to get to reflect on yesterday's game, and we have somebody who was able to see the game live, and he will be giving us his thoughts. We're now joined by my friend of the house, Omar Akatugba. He joins us now as we take a look at what happened yesterday. Omar, good morning. It's nice to have you join us today.
Yes, good morning from the Super Eagles Hotel, the site in Austria. Great to be on Channels TV this morning.
All right. Let's just dive into it. Your thoughts. You saw the game. Your thoughts. The guys who are just joining the squad, especially, I want you to focus on that. Then the overall performance of the team as well.
First thing first, I think it was a slightly better performance than the one against Algeria. The attitude was different. There was, from the get-go, they wanted to win, they wanted to score. And then they got a goal through Kelechi Iheanacho, who, of course, was one of the new additions after the first game. 3 changes were made. Musa, Iheanacho, Kevin Akuguma, and one other player, I can't remember.
Omero.
But it was a generally better performance. Omero, thank you. It was a generally better performance. And talking about the debutants, Chidera Juke especially, covered himself in glory. And I spoke with him not long ago, and he said it was a very great opportunity. He felt like a dream come true to play for Nigeria. And I also spoke with the coach after the game at dinner, and he said that he's a bit happier, that performance against Tunisia was quite better, and there's hope for tomorrow. He's happy that Maduka Okoye in 2 games showed that he's got qualities, he's got all it takes to be number 1 for Nigeria if given the chance. And generally, the coach is happy, and you can see that the feeling around camp is different from the one after the game against Algeria.
Okay, I love the fact that you actually mentioned Maduka Okoye there. He played the 2 games, 90 minutes. We had like 4 goalkeepers in camp. We know that 3 could have, been in that position. But then having 3 goalkeepers that could play and using 1 in 2 friendly games, and you know that after now we don't have another window to actually play another game before we play Sierra Leone. Do you think that was the right decision for the coach to make, just sticking with 1 goalkeeper, having 3 in camp?
Okay, good. I also spoke with the coach about that. I told him that I felt that he should have given the other 2 goalkeepers, especially Matthew Yakubu, at least 30 minutes or 20 minutes to see what he can do going forward. But he said that he wanted to see more of Maduka because Maduka looks like someone who is primed to be number 1 if given the chance. So he wanted to see him in more games. He felt that against Algeria, maybe he wasn't much tested. He wanted to see against Tunisia. And at the end of the day, he was totally impressed. So that is the reason the coach gave for fielding only Maduka.
Okay, it simply means against Sierra Leone, it's Maduka we're going to see because, Danny Akpeyin, we don't know his status with the Super Eagles right now. And of course, Ezewan, he hasn't been with the team for a while because the game at the league at home is not, they're still on break. So does that mean we may just be seeing Maduka as number 1 after just 2 games? Because he's a very young player and a young goalkeeper, and people have been saying that you've had Akpeyin. He was fantastic, at Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa. Is that where we're going next? Because you just hinted him being number 1 for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Is it not too quick or too soon for that?
Well, I agree with you. The coach even said it, that he still needs a lot of improvement. He needs to work harder. He needs to play at his club. I don't think the coach has rubber-stamped that decision to play Maduka as number 1 in the next game. But it depends on the availability of Francis Uzoho, because that's the official number 1 of Nigeria. But if Uzoho is not available, I can tell you from my feeling around this camp, Maduka seems to be the next man to take the chance if Uzoho is not available. And like I said, it's shown that he's got all it takes to do that. I'm actually looking for him so that I can put him on camera. I'm seeing a lot of the players around here. I'm just trying to see if Maduka is around and I'll put him on camera.
Okay. Well, I hope we get to see him before we let you go. You hear me?
Yeah. I hope we might get to see him. But speaking about the game, Omar, of all the fresh faces, which one would you say this particular guy, even with all the super regulars available, this particular guy can cut it, can play among, should be invited, should be in the main team?
From the top of my head, Seydou Sanusi. From the top of my head, Seydou Sanusi, fantastic player. a lot of qualities. Everybody is happy with him. Everybody is happy with him. Even the coaches, the players, everybody, you know, have said good things about him. And he didn't even show any sort of nerve. He was calm, he was confident, he was commanding. I think that he's come to stay. Jamilu Collins has got to raise his game, otherwise his place is almost gone.
Interesting.
Okay, that's interesting, Omar. Let me also quickly.
Okay, let me just quickly see some of the players.
All right, it's a live show. Okay.
Kelvin.
Okay. Okay, can we talk to Kelvin because he also made.
That's
he played. Okay.
Happy birthday. That's Ahmed Musa. Today is his birthday.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday to him. Can we talk to
the players? Some of the players are leaving right now.
Okay.
All right. And the last set of players, last night, a lot of them left. Alex Iwobi left. Semi Ajayi left. And a couple of them. And then now, the last batch of players are leaving. That's Samuel Chukwueze, Chidera Ijuke. The last set of players are leaving anytime soon.
Okay, that's interesting to note. Now, you mentioned, those. You mentioned, Seydou. I mean, one of the players that actually impressed you at the team. Akpoguna also. I mean, he started the game yesterday. And we're also expecting players like Siri Dessers and all that to start the game, but we didn't see them till like almost towards the end of the game. And we saw that when they came on, there was a little bit of, how do I put it? A little bit of life, so to speak, literally in the game. You think the coach may have started these guys because these are the guys that we haven't really seen before? Of course, we've seen Kelechi Iheanacho before. We've seen Ahmed Musa before. I know we were expecting to see some of these new guys and how they will fare during the game.
I think that the coach is is quite meticulous. He's not the type of guy that throws his heart in the ring. He's a very careful coach, and you can see it in the way he sets up his team, in the way he makes his substitution. I personally wanted to see Desert more. I wanted to see Chidera Ijuke more. The good thing is Chidera had to play, but not so many minutes. But in the few minutes he played, he showed the qualities that he's got. And I think that's what the coach is trying to do. He wants to blood them in slowly with little time, and then so that they can build confidence.
All right.
Hold on.
Okay, we're holding on. Okay, let's see what Omar is up to now.
Samuel Chukwueze.
Okay, good to see you, Samuel.
Good morning. It's good to see you, Samuel.
All the best.
All right. Omar, let me ask you this quickly. I know you can still hear me.
Yeah.
Do you think, what I'm going to ask you divides opinion, so I want you to take your time before you answer me.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Super Eagles, as it is a ready-made team, or we're still building? Do you think the building process is still ongoing, or we have a squad that we can be proud of, that can play all of those top teams, or you think we're still building? Which one is it?
Of course, we're still building. We don't have a squad yet. It was very evident in the last two games. The coach is tweaking and tweaking. The coach is looking for the right players. He's looking for players who can understand the kind of football he wants to play. You can see how much he's, tilting towards a lot of the European-born players. There's a European coach. He feels that a lot of these European-born players, especially in the back line. That's what some of them have told me. He wants to build a back line filled with a lot of these German-born players because they seem to have some level of understanding of football that is quite different. Their game is tight. You look at players like Leon Balogun, Kelvin Akpoguma, who made his debut, fantastic player. So I think that it's still a building process. But we need to get to a point where we say this is our team because the Nations Cup is just around the corner.
Where will that point?
Okay, Maduka is coming. Let me just get Maduka.
Okay, we'll wait for him and see if we can get to talk to him. Maduka, hi, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm fine. And you?
Okay, I'm fantastic. What was it like? I mean, you played two games, two friendly games back-to-back, 90 minutes. What was it like for you?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I feel very honored and it's a pleasure And yeah, it helps me, and my confidence gets bigger and bigger with every game, with every minute I play. And I really enjoy playing with the Super Eagles.
I mean, some people are actually saying that you didn't really understand your difference. Okay, he got to go. I get that. Thank you, Omar, for that. I understand he
has to get on the bus. He has to get on the bus.
Yeah, we get that. I mean, Yemi was going to ask the next question concerning how long will it take us to build. We've been building for like 4 years. Get a draw now for 4 years and all that. I mean, when will the building stop? Are we going to see maybe 2-3 more players of Nigerian descent and still bring them into the team? Is it not time for us to like sit down and say, okay, this is going to be the Super Eagles squad, maybe 23 players?
Let me tell you something. Yesterday, I was speaking with the coach at dinner. We were speaking in German. And then he said to me, we're still waiting to get Felix Odochai of Augsburg and Kevin Torunariga of Arthur Berlin. So I think that the coach is still searching. He will never rest until he finds the kind of team and the kind of players that he wants. I think that the search continues.